Motivational speaker Mark Mainella, who came in for his 26th consecutive year speaking to the seniors here at BMR. Fall of 1986, I'm afraid to say, my senior year, I was in the audience. But I've had the privilege the last 14 years to be an administrator and to be able to introduce him. So we've gained a nice friendship and a good relationship doing that. I guess the best compliment I can give Mark is it's like a good movie, you know, your favorite movie that you watch over and over again. No matter how many times you see it, you still laugh at the same points, you still cry at the same points, and that's why we bring him back. He reaches our students, he's truthful, he's caring, and he still has the passion and the energy to reach an audience. Usually we have several students crying, thanking him, tears of joy. I think he hits home with a lot of kids, either in their personal life or friends they know. They all want to thank him, they all want to shake his hand and thank him. All you have to do is watch the kids at the end of the performance. They don't want to leave, they want to go speak to him. That shows everything about his performance.
But only our seniors he speaks to in the fall. 26 years ago, and I'm sure he'll share a very funny story about 26 years ago, almost to the day with you very shortly. But it's been my privilege to introduce him for the last 14. As I'm about to do now, I want to introduce you to Mr. Mark Mainella.
I'm with people who care. I don't deal with black people. I don't deal with white people. I don't deal with Hispanics, Italians, Germans, Jews, Catholics, Protestants, Muslims. And by the way, sir, if you're looking for laughs for the first time in 26 years, we can end this program right now. I will leave. Or I will ask you to leave, because I assure you I don't have the time nor the temperament to screw around with immature, negative-natured knuckleheads. I wrote that book. I'm here for one reason. I screwed up everything I touched. The first 17 years of my life I went to jail, sir, because I didn't get the program. Boston Latin, by the way, I believe in Jesus Christ. If that's a problem for you, that's your problem. I don't proselytize. Miss, I'm in the best schools in America. Not far down the street, I was just mentioning to one of your substitutes. I've been barred from their school. They say that I don't represent the academic community. I started 37 years ago. Not once in 26 years, sir. By the way, when I address my audience, this is like coming home, man. Miss, not once in this room have I been embarrassed by a student. Have I heard trash talk from teachers? You know some teachers hate teaching, they hate the students. They don't want any part of me. I make them so uncomfortable, they bail out the back door. Who should know better than a teacher? Shame destroys character. Third day of 6th grade, my teacher beat me up, calling me a getting grease ball, big ol' wop loser. I used to use some racial ethnic slurs, miss, please. I don't dummy this down for my high school audience. We live in a racist, sexist, biased, bigoted world. You know that there are people who think they're better because of the color of their skin. By the way, when I look in your eyes, I expect you to look in mine. Same words in Spanish as in Italian. We call it the malocchio. Dr. King, God rest his soul. You believe in mud, sir? I say God bless you. You know what makes America unique? What I believe makes this country great? We have personal freedom. We can agree today to disagree without fear of reprisal. If I was saying the things I'm saying to you that I've been saying for 37 years, in just about any other country, they'd cut my tongue out of my mouth. I love this country. That doesn't negate the fact we're sicker and sicker and sicker every day. I'm at the end of my game, friend. You understand I'm pushing 70 years old? My life's behind me. I blow my brains out every day in the hope that I can help one human being. Human being, sir. Not black, not white, not Hispanic, Italian. Dr. King said it best. Judge me not by the color of my skin, the style of my hair, the color of cloth. He said, judge me by the content of my character. You look into people's eyes, you read their character, sir. Why I share my background? So you get perspective, so we can connect. I love human beings. Nice, sir, nice. We got degenerate politicians in this country. Shoot those Mexicans coming across the border. Hey, friend. Number one, they're human beings. Number two, the reason most of those Mexicans are coming here, you know why? Because most Americans won't do one physical day's work anymore. Well, that's true. The truth will set you free. I hope you're mature enough to deal, sir, with the truth, because I'm going to put a hunk of truth in your face. No teacher, no family member, no friend ever has the right to tell you what you can't do. I'm with people like you, Sean, who tell you every day what you can do. Anything the mind can conceive, we say the body will achieve. You don't owe Miss anybody stupid. I don't identify myself as a white Italian male. I'm proud of that. You should be proud of what you are. Everybody in America has the right to be proud of the color of their skin, the shape and size of their body. Hey, where'd you get that outfit, you freak? Why would you say that to him? People say it to me today. Miss, you call it bullying. Last generation, they called it dissing. I grew up in the 50s. I'm in my 60s. Miss, we call it busting. Hey, fatso dumbbell, do you like being laughed at, miss? Do you think I do? Do you think, Mr. Duchamp, do you think anyone in this room likes being made fun of? There's the lecture. Next time you're going to laugh at another human being because the color of their skin, the size and shape of their body, the cut of the cloth, the style of the hair, he's wearing his hair that way because he likes it. Hey, friend, that's not my style. I'm bald. My style, 1958, I had a big pompadour hairdo, drop coat, black leather jacket, stiletto in my back pocket. I cut your tongue out of your mouth, sir, if you look at me the wrong way when I was your age. I wanted to be a gangster. Degenerate. Movie makers glorify The Godfather, Sopranos, Men of Respect. Sir, it makes me want to puke. They don't respect one another, never mind me and you. They all wind up dead, all like my Goomba, sir. People say, why do you carry this? Because he's the one who gave me the line. Sir, I'm the only one in Arsenic at Sing Sing. I'm the only one at Rikers. Possibly the worst jail in America. I go on Saturday mornings, Sunday mornings. I've never taken a cent from the school. Some schools find expense money. I'm here to help you. My son cuts people every day, sir, from here to there. He opens up their bodies with his hands. He's 43 years old. He takes their hearts out, puts new hearts back in. Number one out of a class of 2,390 students, pre-med Boston College. Miss, number one for medical school, American Surgical Board of Review surgeon. Miss, he's a world-class surgeon. People say, you must be so proud of your son. Miss, I left home third day of 6th grade. My teacher beat me up in front of the class, put a dunce cap on. Do you know what a dunce cap is, huh? Well, they've been outlawed since 1960. How do you know about a dunce cap? Did you hear what the woman said? She said she's seen it in a cartoon. Yes, miss, because if you ever saw it in real life, I would want you to go to Mr. Dudek, my old friend, Mr. Duchamp, young friend, and tell them where you saw it, because the teacher who uses a dunce cap today would be fired immediately. It was part and parcel to the old education in this country. It revolved around shame. Shame a student. Shame destroys character. The best teachers in America have taught me again and again. Make the students feel that you care about them. Let them believe that you want them to succeed, and they'll rise to the occasion. You see the way you're acting right now, miss? You're acting like mature, respectful young adults. That's all I expect. I ask Mr. Duchamp every year, how's this class? He just, before we came in, miss, he just bragged behind your back. He said, Mark, we got great teachers here, you know that. We got great kids here. We had a great start here. This is a great senior class. Sir, I got administrators telling me they're effing animals. We don't educate them, we contain them. I never go back to those schools. I'm honored to be here. I thank Mr. Dudek for the permission. I thank Mr. Duchamp for caring enough about you. By the way, I don't blow smoke. I'm at the end of my game, whether it's Parkinson's or not. I know that my days are limited. If today's my last day, sir, I've had the honor to come here and work with you. I have never been embarrassed by a student here. I'm in schools with armed guards, metal detectors, people shouting obscenities at me. One time, I never go back. I'm on my time here. My intent is to help you. I told my son, world-class surgeon, they said, you must be proud of your son. Proud? I wish you weren't a doctor. Being a doctor doesn't make you better, it makes you different. He's brilliant. I'm not a smart man. Sir, about 6 years ago, before my 60th birthday, they diagnosed me as being dyslexic, ADD, ADHD. I said to the doctor, I knew she spoke Italian, sir, so I said, have I said that? What are you telling me? She laughed in my face. She said, Mr. Miller, I'm telling you that you have a severe learning disability, a number of them. She said, I know what you do. I want you to share that with the students. Well, get ready, folks. Don't you dare let anybody tell you you can't succeed. Because your intellectual capacity, college material, has got nothing to do with your potential for success. Your attitude, miss, your attitude will determine how you will live. not your aptitude. A lot of smart people in the joint, miss. Do you think Bernard Madoff was a happy man? Masters in Business Administration for Wharton Stanley. He stole, what, billions? 65 billion, sir? The investment guy, you remember a couple of years ago? His son hung. You don't know what I'm talking about, sir? Folks, you know what I'm talking about, Bernard Madoff? Who's a gangster in America? He stole billions. His son, my son's age, hung himself last Christmas because he couldn't live with the the disgrace that his father brought to the family. Sir, being smart doesn't make you better, it makes you different. My kid's smart. I don't respect him because he's a surgeon. I wish he weren't a doctor. If he screws up on you today, sir, you die. 100,000 people died the last year, maybe more, in America due to medical malpractice. I respect my kid because he's got character. I've never heard him swear. You want your son, your daughter, my grandchildren, little Gracie, Julia, Louis, I call him Luigi, Vincent, do you want them, your children, swearing in your home after this up? You gotta stop watching this stuff on television. Filth, talk. We've got power brokers in this country, politicians, business people, who want to control us. They're gonna tell us today what they think we want to hear so that we'll vote for them. They want to control us, to use us. That's the first type of person that exists in this world, takers. I was a taker, and that's why I told my son, my daughter committed, Miss, do you know that 1 out of 5 women are dying of anorexia, bulimia? What kind of sick society promotes an image that no one can attain? You're a pretty woman on the outside, I couldn't care less. I do care about what you are on the inside, because you see on the street, the same words I grew up with in the 50s, we use them today, the malloquial, the values that exist within the being exit through the eyes. 2 types of people, got nothing to do with your ethnicity, your gender, your race. It's got to do with your character. Are you a taker? We live in a world full of takers. Me, I want. Takers eat well, they live miserable lives. We're the best educated, wealthiest nation that's ever existed, by far the most corrupt, the most jaded. And that's the second type of person that exists. They're givers. Givers sleep well. Mother Teresa never went to school a day in her life, as we know. She spent her entire life giving, caring, and sharing. You see, I had to learn the hard way. It's easier to do the right thing, to be nice, and reap the rewards that life has to bestow upon us than to be nasty. I wrote that book. I have college students telling me today, sir, Mr. Mainella, I come from a dysfunctional family. Get away from me, sir. Every family is dysfunctional. Excuses are for losers. Anyone judges you, miss, because you're a woman. They're sexist pigs. They lose. I lecture at Bentley, Babson, Bryant, the 3 big Bs. Have women come down. Mr. Mainella, you're discounting the glass ceiling when we talk about where the jobs are. Miss, never before in the history of this country is greater opportunity presenting itself than that which is being presented to you. Your life's in front of you, the clothes you wear, the car you drive, the home you own, miss, the family you create. You can have a great life. My life's behind me. Every day's a gift for me, miss. I thank God every day. If you believe in mud, I salute you. If that helps you to get leverage on your life, then believe in mud. Miss, my business is not proselytizing. Joe Artuso gave me the line. Miss, where I come from, you never give up a name. You see that? 67 years old, there he is today. There he is. He spent a lifetime in Austin. You see, I'm sorry about the shakes, honey. You got a pretty smile. Oh, thank you. Isn't that interesting? I hold doors for people as I travel the country. No one does what that woman just did. I've never been late in 37 years. I called Mr. Duchamp this morning. I grew up in Providence. I wound up in New York City when I left home. She put me down front with a dunce cap on my head. Everybody laughed at me. I was the size when I was 12. I didn't know that I was learning disabled. I just knew it was hard for me to stay focused. I said, lady, how long are you going to make me sit here? Everybody was laughing at me. She said, dumbbells sit there every day. I said, what do you mean? She said, you're going to sit there every day the rest of the year. I walked out of school, miss. I never went back. I never messed with dope. I don't like the taste of liquor. I wanted to be a gangster. Being a gangster were cool, miss. Just read that and understand. They all live miserable lives. Or they rot in jail. Or, miss, someone puts a cap in their head. please believe me, miss. There's no glamour, there's no glory, there's no glitz about the Godfather saga. It's all lies. What's cool, miss, is you being nice. You saying to your mother, Amor, lava mia, I love you, you're my family. You saying to your teacher, Mr. Duchamp, you know what teachers care about you, miss? Excuse me, excuse me, my teacher, I respect you. Your teachers, miss, can make more money dealing rock cocaine on a street corner in a couple of hours than they make in this building blowing their brains out to connect with you. No one respects your teachers more than me. I've earned the respect from the best in the business, not far from this building. They won't touch me. I can't do anything about that. You see, miss, anyone who judges you because the shape and size of your body, the color of your skin, your ethnicity, your gender, they don't get it. It's your character. What's inside? I look in the woman's face, I give her a compliment. She says, grazie. She's been taught good values. I salute la famiglia. I salute your family for teaching you good values. Give it up to her for saying thank you. I was taught good values. I was taught common courtesy, basic civility, the golden rule. All the rules you learn in your life, you need one rule to live a quality life, the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Think about it the next time you're going to laugh at someone. Where are you wearing that outfit for? He's wearing that outfit the same reason we are all wearing what we're wearing. Because it's the only outfit he has, or he made a conscious decision to put his outfit on. You don't like his outfit? Shut your mouth! Why, sir, must we be so nasty to one another? You like having a good laugh with your crew out on the street, sir? Everybody together, having a good laugh together? You think I do? I'm asking you a question, friend. This isn't a kindergarten. You have the right in America to express yourself. Listen, I'm not looking to play games. I put my heart, soul, every ounce of energy that exists in this old body, I put it on the table every day in the hope that I can help one of you to avoid making the mistakes I've already made. I am no role model, never was. I'm not a smart man, never will be. I'm not a handsome man. Hair's gone, back's gone. I was a strong man when I was a kid. I like to jam this. I fought black, Hispanic, Irish, fought in Baldies, Golden Gate. I wound up in New York City. I want to get connected. Miss, I don't like him. I love him. Friends never betray their friends. Is friendship important to you, miss? It is? When was the last time, miss, you got in a friend's face? Look around this class right now. Because in this much time, this is going to be ancient history. Come graduation in June, prepare yourself, miss. Other than at a reunion, after you graduate from this building, you ain't never going to see any of these cats again the rest of your life. That's the truth. Miss, if friendship's important to you today, I suggest not when you're today, you find a friend and you say, Amici per tutta la vita. You're my friend for life. I'll never betray you. Don't ever betray me. If I offend you today, tell me to my face. Don't be talking behind my back. You're going to be more successful if you can proclaim your friendship, if you can get in your mother's face, your father, your cousin Tony's face today and say, I love you, man. You're my blood. Son, you are to me. If you want, do you, sir, want respect from the teachers here? They're trying to help you. Great teachers care. And they're not afraid to look you in the eyes and say, hey, man, I care about you. I want you to learn. Great teachers are givers. I come from a family of academicians, sir. I was the black sheep. I was on the street for 5 years. I took action, sir. You know that a corrupt government promotes gambling all over this country. You can go to Cumberland Farms, buy a lottery ticket. I'm not against gambling. I'm against the power brokers controlling it. You see, miss, I picked up the bets. I made the payoffs to the police, who then I saw with my eyes, 13, 14 years old. That's why older, wise guys use young punks, because the law can't do anything to a 12-year-old boy. I saw the cops pay off the politicians. Now, hopefully you've got some good politicians here. Hopefully, miss, you've got some cops who are good. Where I come from, politicians always go to jail because they all get caught. crime, miss, ultimately you'll do the time. And of course, many of the cops were, I'm sure still are, on the tape. How does crime exist in America, miss? It's called collusion. Business, police, politicians, and wise guys. It's cool to be a gangster, miss. I think it's cool to be nice, to tell the truth, to say thank you, to say I respect you, my teacher. Miss, once you go to work, whether you go to college or not, get ready for this, miss, nasty to put in your face the truth. No one cares about you out there. This Blackstone Millville, this is a tree. This is a plum for me, hon. This is a plum. I'm in schools where there is a dose of reality, where no one cares one time, and then I never go back. What do I have in my audience? Chaos. Why? Because the easiest way for you to make Mr. Dudek, Mr. Duchamp look like fools right now is to act the fool. You know they don't care about you. You'll destroy me, I'm out the door, to make them look like fools. You today, quite the opposite, you know they care. You can hear a pin drop. Why? Because out of respect to them, miss, you're showing respect to me. What's your name, huh? Rebecca. I shout and jump. Rebecca, don't think I'm shouting at you. 65 years of intense loud rock and roll have deafened me, so I can't hear anymore. 1 out of 3 don't make it through high school. I never made it through grade school. 1 out of 3 don't make it through the first year of college. Just college acceptance crap. College material. Hey, I've never felt it, smelt it, tasted it, seen it, heard it. It's rude to point. By the way, sir, although it's not my style, I certainly respect your freedom to wear your hair that way. At one time, my son had a Mohegan. My son's a big boy. So he had a lift of 360 in high school. 52-inch chest, 22-inch waist. I mean, he looked like a monster. I heard people call him a faggot freak because he wore the hair down with ponytail. That's got nothing to do with a man's character. It's his values. What's your name, friend? Joe. I like the color. Well, thank you for the thank you. Joe, if I can't give you a compliment, stop this day, I'll keep my mouth shut. I never took another human being's life. I wasn't with people doing that. I never messed with dope. I don't like the taste of liquor, Joe. If you drink in your life, do you think Budweiser cares about you? They want your money. 20,000 people killed last year in this country. Drunk. 40,000 total. Half of that number, teenagers. I live in this little town, Mickey Mouse, Barrington. 4 boys killed in the last couple of years drunk driving. You drink today, don't get in a car. And if you've got one friend in your life, sir, you're more fortunate than many, and your friend is having a pop, don't let him get in the car. Don't let him get in the car. You do not have the right, no one does, to drink and drive. I point in your face, sir, you're being very polite. I don't know your names. That's college material. I learned that from great teachers, administrators. You want to go to Harvard, sir? You want to go to MIT? You want to go to Worcester Polytech? Apply. Out of here. You don't get in, go to a community college, a state university, the biggest bang for your academic buck after high school, if you're going to college. Miss, you don't have to go to college to live a quality life. You do need to respect yourself, respect others, love yourself, love others. To be a friend to yourself, to be a true friend. You can't give what you don't possess. I can't give that brochure. I don't possess it. Can't give love, friendship, respect if you don't possess it. I didn't respect myself. I didn't like myself. I certainly didn't love myself. My family, God rest his soul, my mother and father, they used to say to me, why do you want to play with those bad boys? You become like those you associate with. I didn't get it. Losers, I can't do it, I can't do it, poor me. The color of my skin, losers attract like magnets, other losers. I wrote that book, the judge who sent me away, he said, shut your mouth, boy. You notice how when things go wrong in America, people always have an excuse. It's not my fault, man, it's his fault, it's her fault. Big man, what's your name? Mikey. You like being laughed at? No one does. You like having a good laugh with your crew out on the street? Everyone does. Everyone likes having a good laugh. Think about that the next time, Mikey, you're going to laugh at someone. And by the way, as far as looking in those magazines, Gentleman, GQ, and Mademoiselle and Fashion, and Jet, and Ebony, understand, Mike, all those pictures have been doctored. That's called Photoshop. No one has perfects. They want to sell you their crap. My daughter committed 1 out of 5 women die. Imagine putting plastic in your body to enhance your figure. What kind of relationship do you think you're going to have? A plastic relationship. Miss, you have the right to feel good about yourself. As long as you're healthy, Mikey, just the way you are. Just the way you are. Mikey, college material, I met the real Rudy. You seen the movie Rudy? I've got principals all over the country that use it as a teacher. Who saw the movie Rudy? Come on, someone saw it. Sir, you saw the movie? Every little high school orbit mate, he gets $15,000 and talk to you for an hour. He makes more in an hour than I make in one, sir. Excuse me, what's your name?
Mitchell?
Mitchell? Mitchell, if I step on your toes, if I offend you anyway, you tell me to my face, I apologize, our relationship grows. The quality of life, it's directly related to the quality of the relationships we have. Do you want respect from teachers here?
Yeah.
Give it up. Do you have love in your life? Do you want love from your family?
Yeah.
Then give it up. Is friendship important to you?
Yeah.
I'll put my head through that wall right now for Joe Artuso. I don't like him, I love him. Friends never betray their friends. That's where I come from. Who puts gangsters away? Cops. Where I come from, the cops are in collusion. They rat each other out every day, sir. You know that. Whitey Bulger. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 200 people dead on this earth because of him. You want me to respect those men? Please. Sir, you gotta stop watching that crap on television. I respect you, Sean. You're great teachers. They give their heart and soul to help you. That's who I respect. My brother died at Central High School teaching. I have teachers tell me our students are academically elite. I quote my friend from Boston Latin, Cornelia Kelly. She said, anybody can teach. Our students, they are academically predisposed. She said, I want teachers that can teach people like you. I do in-services with faculty. They bring me in to talk to the teachers. Do you care? Are you enthusiastic? Do you love teaching? Do you let them know that? She said, Mark, I want teachers who can teach guys like you. I wasn't offended by that. She knows I'm not a smart man. Being smart doesn't make you better, it makes you different. Nothing wrong with the color of your skin as long as you don't think you're better than those who have a different color. Nothing wrong with you speaking English as long as you're not laughing, miss, at those who speak Spanish. Miss, did the politicians shoot those Mexicans? Let them speak English. Miss, did the pilgrims who came here, did they embrace the native Indians? Did they embrace their culture? Did they assimilate into their culture? Did they respect their native, their language? Please don't pay me lip service. I'm asking for the truth. What did the pilgrims do to the natives that lived here? Sir, miss, I can't see.
They took over.
They slaughtered them. They killed them all in King Philip's War. Did they learn how to speak the native tongue, miss? I'm asking you a question, miss. No. I know I move fast, sir, and I confuse people. Sir, did the pilgrims learn how to speak native tongue? Of course not. They killed them. They took all their land. This country was founded by murderers and thieves. You can make a better world by telling the truth. Miss, I'm not playing with you. I'm asking for the truth. Manifest destiny. The Indians were slaughtered by people who felt that they were above. You do know what I'm talking about, don't you? I know this is a senior class. This isn't a kindergarten class. 1 out of 3 don't make it through high school. You beat the odds. You're here today. No one quits their senior year. Sir, 1 out of 3 don't make it through the first year of college. That man saw Rudy. Rudy was not accepted to Notre Dame. You do poor me. I can't go. They said he was a dumbbell Polish boy. Negative words. He challenged the system. He went to a community college for 3 years. It's Mitchell.
Yep.
Mitchell, speak. Tell the truth, man. We're in America. God bless America. Did he get to go to Notre Dame? I met him. I'm not a celebrity speaker. I am what is called a street speaker. You know Big Tony Robbins on television? You can do it. He gets $150,000 to speak to you. Now he makes more in 1 hour than I make in years. God bless him. They're about promoting themselves. Mitchell, tell your crew, did the real Rudy get to go to Notre Dame?
Well.
Do you remember the movie, Mitchell?
The movie.
What? And the movie is no for no true. It's not Hollywood crap. Everything you saw in the movie happened to the man. Did he get to go to Notre Dame?
Yeah.
He graduated top of his class. Did he get to play football?
He did.
You can't walk out for football on that level. He most certainly did. The only limitations that exist in your lives are those that are self-imposed. You spend your life, I did as a young man, mentioned, poor me. I told the judge, stupid again. I said, don't send me the judge. I'm running numbers. Sir, what I did was a crime then. Today, I'm not against you gambling. You got extra Skidoo bread in your pocket, you want to give it to the book, make a bet, you're going to lose. Bet with the lottery. I don't care where you bet. The numbers are controlled by the house, legally or illegally. No one ever beats the house. You got that, sir? Okay, if you've got that and you want to bet, I say God bless you. It's just that I'm offended, sir. I never saw, when I was a kid, I never saw a wise guy drag someone in to make a bet. Now, constant promotion of gambling. Gambling is the most evil vice that's ever come down the pipe. You get it, sir? I'm not against gambling. I'm against our government promoting it. They want our money, sir. Hey, sir, Rudy graduated top of his class. He got to play football. You go to college anyway you choose. Anyone who tells you otherwise, go to Duchamp. I want to talk to the knucklehead who's telling you, you're not going to that school, you can't go to this school. Go anywhere you want, sir, if you want it bad enough. You find a way over, around, under, or through life's obstacles. Sir, I don't have to tell you that there are people who are going to try and deny you opportunity because of the color of your skin. Deal with it. Miss, I don't have to tell you people are going to try and deny you opportunity because you're a woman. It's called the glass ceiling in the business community. Carry a big hammer. Deal with it. Maybe, sir, you're going to have to work harder because of your ethnicity. Winners make things happen. Losers, I wrote the book, sir. Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. The judge, you said, I like that. Oh, thank you for the thank you. She's obviously wearing it because she likes it. It's not my style, but I certainly can give her a compliment. She looks cute with that on. Do you like getting a compliment? Great teachers taught me years ago, find a way to compliment your students sincerely. Extol their virtues. You're going to have a great student. Insult them. Make them feel bad about themselves. You're going to have a miserable experience with that student. Some teachers don't get it. Thank you for the thank you. Your teachers do. Duchamp does. The ones I'm with do. I told a young lady who was a substitute in the back there, not far from this building, I was told that I don't represent the academic community. I represent human beings who care. In my opinion, the academic community, the highest calling, miss, my opinion, you can disagree, we're in America, highest calling is to teach. Teachers care, they make a difference. Miss, if you want to make money in your life, listen to me, do not go into education. Do not consider it as a career. Make much more money and many other careers. Miss, 1 out of 3 don't make it through high school. I never made it through elementary school. I quit officially when I was 16. 1 out of 3 don't make it through the first year of college. High school's telling me 97% of my students go to college. So what? Who succeeds at the game of life? We don't equate success at the game of life with a college degree. Bernard Madoff, the gentleman who didn't know, he stole billions. He busted out his own family with these phony Ponzi scheme investments, miss. Enron, the head of Enron, stole billions. The list goes on and on and on. People with all kinds of credentials, miss, who live such horrible lives. I work with people who don't have educational credentials, who are loving, caring, giving, sharing, productive people. What's your name?
My name is Ryan.
Ryan, Mark Mainella, I see you acknowledging the truth. Ryan, you go to college, I do believe you all owe it to yourself to consider college. You go to college ultimately any way you choose. If you doubt my words, read the movie, Rudy. It's the truth. Miss, getting in, no big deal, you've got to complete. 1 out of 3 don't make it through the first year of college. And then let's get to the bottom line. Today, worse for you than ever before. You're told to go to college and be made, you know you've got older brothers and sisters. 3 out of 4 people who earned a bachelor's degree in 2010, we don't have 2011 statistics in, 2011, June, 3 out of 4 unemployed. Oh, recession, depression, crap. Manipulated by the power brokers. I told you, Madison Avenue wants us to buy things we don't need. I've done it. With money we don't have, miss. There is no worse. Do you see what that is, honey? Credit card. There is no worse crime, in my opinion, you can disagree, than what banks have done with these credit cards. Miss, last year, 2 million college students can't buy lunch on a given day. The average college student don't have enough Skidoo. $10,000 credit card sent to 2 million college students. What do you think the average college student is going to do when they get that card, miss? They're going to use it. Then who's in control of their destiny, miss? The banks! The banks! Do you know that there are 20 million people in this country right now losing their homes because mortgage companies made loans up front knowing that the people couldn't pay them back because they knew they'd get to own the property eventually. So we got people living out of the back seat of their... Oh, I know you know mess. You can undo the mess that my generation, those who preceded you on the street, that we've made of this society. I always told my son, use me as a point of reference. I don't share this crap with you to elicit sympathy. Poor me, I'm the luckiest guy alive. UMass Medical Center, about 10 years ago, my son comes out, he just cut a guy's heart out, put a new heart back in. You see what that is, miss? Live strong. Miss, if money will solve your problem today, you don't have a problem. Remember that? If money will solve your problem today, you don't have a problem. If people dying all over this planet, they'll bambini, sir. They'll never walk your walk, talk your talk. My kid says, hey, Dad, I get up, you know, I'm over the top, I get crazy. I say, hey, Marcouch, what are you doing? I go to hug him. He said, stop. He said, I'm dying. I've got inoperable lymphoma cancer, 7.5-pound tumor enveloping his esophagus. I fell to the ground, miss. You know my emotion. I said, what? He said, Dad, stop acting the fool. The strength you bring to the audience every day, you help me die now with dignity or leave me alone. Miss, grace of God, believe whatever you believe. 6 months of chemotherapy, 3 months of radiation, our family coming together. My son's 100% cancer free. You want to pour me routine? Get out. I'm not your boy. Excuses are for losers. The judge gave me the line, the color of my skin, my ethnic background. Hey, deal with reality. Some of you are going to have to work harder, longer. You're going to have to tolerate the bigotry, the sexism, the racism. When I say tolerate, don't misinterpret that definition. You're going to have to be bigger than the racism, bigger than the bigotry, bigger than the sexism. You're going to have to find a way around the jaded values that permeate our society. Sir, 3 out of 4 college graduates today cannot find a career. They're told go to college and be made. It's a lie. You need skills, sir. Most important, you need a winner's attitude, a willingness to go to work early, stay late, to do without lunch and coffee. See, out on the street, sir, they don't pay off on effort, they pay off on results. Whether you're flipping Big Macs for chunk change within an hour, sir, or you've got $1 million career, when you get on the street, no one cares, miss. Rule of thumb number 1, when I speak, here it is, common courtesy. You're being so nice to me. Thank you, miss. Miss, rule of thumb number 1 on the street, produce or else. What does that mean, folks? What happens if you don't produce out there? I'm sorry, sir. You're working a job, you don't produce. Do you think there's going to be a teacher who's going to come and try and help you? What's going to happen? I can't see. I'm sorry?
You get fired.
God, I hope she's not the only one mature enough hip to the plate. Did you hear what she said, miss? I've been fired! People live their entire lives. Fired, quit. Why? Because they hate what they do. I'm going to tell you how to live your life. All I'm doing is giving you strategy how to beat the odds. The odds are 3 out of 4 of you, whether you go to college or not, will go to work hating everything that you do all day long. How do I know that, miss? I did it. Miss, leave Duchamp, leave the teachers you know out of the play. Think about the course you hate the most in this building. 3 out of 4 working adults in America. Drugs aren't a problem. Alcoholism, deviant behavior, crime, the divorce rate, those are symptoms. Looking at people's eyes. Leave your teachers out of it. When was the last time Mr. Duchamp bragging to me, great teachers, we got great kids here? I wouldn't be here but for his, miss. Tell me the last time someone, leave your teachers out of it. Last time someone told you they love their job. You're all going to work. Every one of you are going to work. That's your future, whether you go to college or not. When was the last time someone told you they love their job? Oh, I love when someone throws me a curve. What's he do? God bless him. God bless him. That's your role model. Leave your father out of it. Leave the teachers out of it. When was the last time, other than Dad, your father and your teachers? I'm not looking to play games with you. I asked you a question. You use your brain. You think. Socrates said, know thyself. The unexamined life is not worth living. You know I went back to school. I wouldn't be here today. I worked construction for 2 years, 1965 to 67. I shoveled concrete up to my knees on the Prudential Tower in Boston. You know, most people in this country have never done one physical day's work. Nothing wrong with using your brain as long as you don't think you're better than those of us who use their backs. Nothing wrong with you living in a $1 million mansion as long as you don't think you're better than those that are homeless. There's certainly nothing wrong with you going to Harvard as long as you're not laughing. Hey, you go to community college, loser. Nothing wrong, miss, with you being attractive on the outside. I'm not. As long as you're not laughing at those of us, I'm not. It's what's on the inside. Dr. King said, judge me by the content of my character. That's why he put a cap in his head, because he put fear by telling the truth into the racist, sexist, biased, bigoted pigs who were running this country at that time. Miss, what is your character? Do you want respect from the teachers? Give it up. We have no problem giving each other the finger, spewing filth. You have a problem telling Mr. Duchamp today, I respect you, you're my teacher? Well, then do it. Do you want love from your family, miss? You do? You have a problem telling your mother, your father, your sister? Sir, do you have a problem telling your father tonight? Son, you're my blood. Man, I come from you. I love you. Do you have a problem saying that? Well, then do it. Is friendship important? Well, then find a friend, if you can. Dr. McNaught, killing me. He's the one who gave me the line years ago. He said, Mark, tell my students, if they have one friend in their lives, they're more successful than most. When you hit power, it's something good. You score a touchdown, you score. Everybody comes around you. No, that's not how you know friends. You know friends when you fail. Today, when you get knocked down, miss, and everybody walks away, if you've got one friend, they'll walk in and lend a helping hand. I love Joe Artuso. He's my friend. He never betrayed me. I would never betray him. He did some badness. I'll tell you. He's repented his sins. That's what makes America great. We believe in forgiving and forgetting. It's hard for me, miss. It's hard for me to forget. My wife says, you teach best what you lead to learn most yourself. I can still visualize, see her laughing at me. Do you think my 6th grade teacher was a good teacher, miss? Calling me, I'm asking you. She was a racist, sexist, biased, bigoted, degenerate, lowlife. That's what I think. She's dead. Oh, I had nothing to do with that. She looks at me with the No, I told you, there's nothing wrong with laughter, as long as it's not used to hurt another human being's feelings. Miss, tell me the last time someone told you they love their job other than a teacher. I want to get connected here. Miss, you know how we talk about the work week in America. Blue Monday, terrible Tuesday. What is today? Wednesday? I'm in a different school, a different state every day. Miss, yesterday I was in Waconia with Jimmy Conroy. I've been with him this is my 37th year term. I was with him. He introduced me for the 27th time. He said, Miss, yesterday, what is Wednesday? Come on, you give it to me. You're every bit as hip as students in New York, Chicago. Blue Monday, terrible Tuesday. Think how people talk about the work week. What is Wednesday? Got to get over the what in America? Everybody's hip to hump day. I was in Kissimmee, Florida earlier, miss. Blue Monday, there had 4,000 students. It's like working in my backyard. I'm used to being in an auditorium. Hump day, Mr. Mainella! Yeah, well, it's a laugh, miss, for you. You haven't lived it. I have. It's not a laugh. I lived Blue Monday, terrible Tuesday, Wednesday, hump day, Thursday, States, thank God it's Friday. We got restaurants named after the George Reed American Work Week. Miss, I paid tutors to I didn't know I was dyslexic, ADD, HDD. Miss, I was a Dean's List student for 3 years. While I worked construction, I come from a family of academicians. I went back to school. I did very well. I quit. I was told then, I'm telling you today, you want to make a lot of money, don't go into education. We'll never know if I could have been a great teacher, miss. I have no credentials, I quit. Miss, go up on the web. My life is an open book, www.manellaseminars.com. Miss, we brought Michelin tires into this country. I went with some people who had connections in Europe, and they imported, Leon Kaharian, they imported the tires, and we marketed them all over the country. I made more money in a short period of time than I expect to accrue the rest of my life. I hated every second of what I did for a living. That's why I tell my audiences, use me as a point of reference. Money. Go to college, make a lot of money, have a lot of things. It's all crap. It's all crap. It's all crap. What do you want out of a career? Money, security, benefits. You want to be happy. Miss, When was the last time someone told you they love their job? Other than your father and your teachers, how often you hear it in this? No, just tell the truth. How often do people tell you, hey man, I love my job? I never hear it. I hear it from Dushan, I hear it from the teachers I'm with every day. That's, tell me, don't pay me lip service. When was the, you're asking your seniors. It's John? Yeah. Joe, I'm sorry, Joe, I step on people. I forget my own name. Shakwala Sunade, local, I guess, I don't know, left or right. Or, Joe, when was the last time someone told you they love their job? Just tell the truth here, man. That's how you connect with human beings. I learn every day. I'm nowhere near as good a man as the words I share. I learn from my grandchildren. Never mind you, never mind your teachers. I learn from them every day. When was the last time, sir, someone told you, that other than teachers, leave them out. I know you hear it from your teachers. I rarely hear it, miss. Ooh, go, think, I can't shake that. What happened, hon?
I fractured my wrist.
Easy, okay? Go easy. I like the smiles. I'm going to point. You tell me. When was the last time, miss? Thank you. I love it. I love when people are willing to participate. Miss, when was the last time, I like your style, miss. Well, can I tell you, you look, please take this as a compliment. My wife says you talk so much, you talk yourself into a hole. You look like New York City, miss. Now, being a New York City book, that's a compliment. I lecture at Fashion Industries High School. Those students are all on track for FIT, Fashion Institute of Technology. What are your career plans? Oh, my daughter-in-law is a vet. My son's wife, she graduated. She went to Tufts right down the street here in Grafton, School of Veterinary Medicine. Yeah. Great career. Hey, miss, can I tell you to your face? You will never look for work. You got a degree, veterinary science. You got skills, hands-on skills working on animals. You wrap that package with enthusiasm. There are more careers available to you people in allied health, in business, high tech than ever before. Don't listen to that crap in a recession, depression. It's all manipulated. So they salute. Salute. Oh, I can't hear this. Thank you for the thank you. I say God bless you 100 times a day. No one says thank you. We're a society that's forgotten common courtesy, basic civility. We've forgotten the golden rule. I want to be around nice. Miss, when was the last time someone told you they loved their job? We're going to stop with you, miss. Miss, I made more money than I ever dreamed of. I bought everything money could buy, cars, clothes, homes, boats. I hated my work. I lived Blue Monday, terrible Tuesday, Wednesday, is hump day, Thursday stinks, thank God it's Friday. Now that's what's in store for many. It doesn't have to be you. What do you want out of a career? Think! Think! What would you do all day long, every day, the rest of your life for free? Not your parents, no disrespect. Not Duchamp, I respect your team. He ain't gonna do your job, hon. Not your best friend. Miss, what do you want out of a career? You wanna be happy. You find something, introspective thought. Get inside yourself. You find something you love doing, and then you focus. You be the best cosmetologist in, what's the town am I in? Blackstone? No, whatever. I'm in different town. I don't know where. It doesn't matter, because I'll say it later on today. I'm heading back to Miss, the best cosmetologist, he or she in Blackstone. The best Harley-Davidson technician, he or she in Blackstone. The best nuclear isn't looking for work. If you love what you do, by definition, work, those tasks we must perform to provide a means by which we support ourselves, food, clothing, and shelter. Miss, most people work. They fall into a career they're well suited to. Then they use the drugs, the alcohol. They get involved in all kinds of funky behavior. Do you think happy people lie and cheat on one another, miss? You're right, I did. You know the people aren't connecting anymore. You turn me on, let's boogie. Hey, folks, that doesn't last, but for a snippet. Then you start to get into the person. Oh, I didn't know you felt that way. Got nothing to do with the color change, miss. You marry black, white, purple. He, she, or it. They share your values. You got a chance, that's leverage, of having a good relationship. You marry someone that is identical to yourself. They have dissimilar values, your relationship's going down the crap. And the quality of our lives is directly related to the quality of the relationships we have. 1 out of 2 marriages down the tubes and divorced. Do you think half the people get divorced, man? You think they lie and cheat on one another? I wasn't a happy guy, miss. Career key number 1 is job satisfaction. If you love what you do, by definition, it ceases to be work. There's nothing wrong with making money. What's wrong is if you think money will make you happy. Presley, Belushi, River Phoenix, Kurt Cobain. How about Whitney Houston? I saw her twice. Ever see Whitney perform? She wasn't a great singer. How did she die? Cocaine, heroin, drowned in a bathtub? Do you think Whitney, God rest her soul, was a happy person? Michael Jackson, I thought he was good. I didn't think he could shine James Brown shoes, but listen, I made a living when I was 13. 1959, in the Peppermint Lounge, you've never heard of it. It's the #1 rock and roll club in the world. Where do you think you hang when you live on the street? Who do you think owns nightclubs? The wise guys. It's a cash cow. You know? I taught people how to do the twist, the monkey, the mashed potatoes. I could dance. The best dancer I ever saw, I'm proud to tell you. And he said it wasn't a racist comment. He said, for a white boy, that boy can dance. He brought me up on stage, 1962 with the Apollo, James Brown. Do you know who James Brown is? Oh, God, miss. I'm a dinosaur. What do you want from me? Too legit to quit. Prince, formerly known as, now known as Prince Michael. God rest his soul. Do you think Michael was a happy guy? Change the color of his skin. Something wrong with being black? Not unless you think you're better than white. Something wrong, miss, with being white? No, I don't think happy people change the color of their skin. He had dementia, you know, the white spots. He could have dyed it black. He dyed his face white. Never had a happy day. Elvis, I loved him. Saw him twice. Never met him. Met a lot of greats of rock and roll. Miss Elvis shot dope every day of his life from 19, I know you know. Bigger than any female superstar you've got today. Marilyn Monroe, she swallowed enough barbiturates to kill 10 men. She said, she wrote, and then recorded. They've used my body, they've used my brain, I've got nothing left to give. She said, I don't know how long I will last. A couple of weeks later, they found her nude in bed. She swallowed enough junk to kill 10 men. That's an official autopsy from Dr. Thomas Noguchi. Go on the internet, you'll see what I investigated. Do you think Marilyn was a happy person, miss? No. Do you think this knucklehead Charlie Sheen having sex with 2 hookers, his wife and son are across and paying $6,000? Do you know who I'm talking about, miss Lassie? He wasn't having sex with them, you know. He was beating them up. He decided to get to it. Now, we pay him $1 million a week. Right now, he's doing advertising. You see, we can turn any twisted, degenerate, jaded act in America into money. Miss, I loved my wife, but I didn't respect her. You will never have true love. You will never have real friendship without respect. Respect is the foundation. Respect is the concrete, the glue. Miss, I cheated. I bought everything money could buy. I wasn't happy. So I was with you, become like those you associate with. I used excuses. I said, you know, I'm going to put something together on the side. No big deal. You've heard the term mistress. You know about that. You know a sugar daddy. Miss, do you remember Anna Nicole Smith? Yeah. 18 years old, topless dancer in a brunch joint. Can't make this stuff up. She marries an 80-year-old man. What the heck was he doing in a topless joint? It boggles the mind, but that's another story. He was putting $100 bills in her G-string. Miss, they asked her, and that's when I took notice, because I sort of stay away from the funk, that's F-U-N-K, the general malaise that permeates our society. I don't listen to the news. I want positive. I don't want negative surrounding. Miss, they interviewed her, and they said, you married an 80-year-old man? What's your relationship? She said the truth. She said, what are you talking about? I have no relationship with him. She said, he's a billionaire. I want his money. Got to give her credit. She told the truth. She's dead. He's dead. Her oldest kid is dead. Now there's a Bambini floating around this country right now. Oh, I know you know, miss. They don't know whose blood is in that kid's body. Do you think Anna Nicole was a happy person? Of course not, miss. I loved my wife. I didn't respect her. I put another package together. She said, I love you. I said, don't you dare say that. You are a diversion. She said, what do you mean? I said, I have my family. Don't you even mention my family when we're together. I need something to escape. I'm not a happy guy. You want to play? She said, to her credit. She said, if that's the way it's going to be, she said, then pay me. Pay her. I bought her a home, cars, clothes, whatever she wanted. 37 years ago, miss, last April, the love of my life, my wife. See, it's one thing, miss, you don't love the person. You move on. People do it every day. I loved her. I blew it all. She put me out. She said, finito la familia. She said, our family's finished. She said, oh, disgrazie la familia. She said, you've disgraced our family. She said, I love you so hard it hurts. She said, I always have, I always will. Now get out. She burnt my entire wardrobe of Armani, Scaffati, Briones. Miss, can I touch her hand? I don't touch without permission. Open your hand. Did you feel that? Did you feel that? The fabric? $75 rag from Gentleman's Warehouse in Fall River. Do you think a $5,000 Brioni? I had House of Armani, cut patent number 4 on my back. 1970. Do you think those suits feel any different once you put them on? Of course! Miss, do you think a $10,000 Rolex, I'm sorry. You see this? It's a 20, you see it, she saw it, it's a $25 Timex. Mikey, tell me, opinion. We're in America, God bless America. You can make it better, I made it worse. Do you think a $10,000 Rolex feels any different on your wrist than this? Give it up to Mikey for telling the truth! I went through away, gave away, so nothing wrong with you driving a Lamborghini. I drove some rocket ships, man. Never enjoyed one moment. If money would make you happy, President Belushi, River Phoenix, Kurt Cobain, Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, the list goes on and on and on. They wouldn't be dead in a box, Mikey. They had all the money, they had all the things. They had no peace within their being. Mikey, I don't have any money today. Cars, clothes, boats, everything's gone. She got rid of everything. I started to speak. I lived for 2 months in the Biltmore Hotel. I was going to put a cap in my head. Do you think happy people contemplate or in fact commit suicide? I'd say not, because the highest suicide rate in the world, other than Japan. Miss, I said, God help me. Believe in mud, miss. I'm telling you, my life experience. It occurred to me, family's gone. I love my son, my daughter, my wife. I wanted my... by the way, the other one, when the money disappeared, all gone. End of that relationship. You know that there are people who marry for money. God forbid. Miss, I started to speak. It occurred to me that night. My problem was I hated my work. We've got to get going. You know the only problem I've ever had with you, Mr. Duchamp, in this school, miss? I wish we had the full 2 hours the way we do it on college campuses. We've got to cut to the chase. I started to speak. I went to prison. You know I still do. Jimmy, prison, I'm sorry. Joe, I'm sorry, man. Well, no, miss, there's nothing wrong with laughing that way. I accept that laughter. Chaque stunade, a loco. I get crazy, miss. I get excited and I forget names. Joe, what do you want out of a career? Let's do it right now. If we don't connect on any other level, you want to be happy. I start to speak. Prison sent me to colleges sent me to you. I haven't worked one day in the last 37 years. What do you want, friend? You want to be happy. By the way, sir, I can't impress you with glitter, glitz, flash. I beg my wife for forgiveness. It took a long time to earn her respect back. Then we renewed our vows. Last year, Dr. Billy Goodwin, Gloucester High School, I told you I'm with the best academicians in this country. That's not a brag. Muhammad Ali said, it ain't bragging if it's the truth. I'm with the best. Hey, Mike, he put my wife and I up in a bed and breakfast in Gloucester. We celebrated our 45th anniversary. Don't say, oh, Mainella's got this idyllic relation. My wife, I love her to death today. Difference between success and failure, look into people's eyes. The ability for the individual to confront reality within one's own being and be a better person. We have problems today, hon. Everyone has problems. My son beat the cancer. I'm living my dream. I always wanted to teach. I can't work for Mr. Duchamp. I have no credentials, hon. I quit. Quitters never win, winners never quit. You know that line. What do you want out of a career? Find something you love doing. Be the best that you can be. Before I give you a Starfish Award to Mr. Duchamp. Hey folks, Katie, my daughter, platinum blonde hair. She weighed less than 100 pounds. 1992, her 3rd year at the University of Rhode Island College of Nursing. She said, Dad, I'm so fat I can't live this way. It's called dysmorphia, anorexic bulimics, suffered dysmorphia. She saw herself in the mirror as grossly obese. How sad. Next day, she committed herself to Renfrew, R-E-N-F-R-E-W. God bless Oprah. You know, Oprah's the wealthiest woman on this planet. And don't ask me, I don't know. She gives away more money every year than she earns. She's a giver. She said recently that her eating disorder has overwhelmed her. She went from 140 to 250 pounds. Do you think, Mikey, my daughter went to Renfrew. Oprah pays for every woman. He knows, she talks about it all the time. R-E-N-F-R-E-W. It's the only clinic in America. In Philadelphia, they lock you down for 2 months. You either go there, miss, of your own volition, and die, or you beat it. Many of those women died. God rest their souls. My daughter beat it, and that's why I put it in the lecture since then. Miss, don't misinterpret what I'm doing here. You do not compare yourself to anyone else. I say be the best that you can be. Katie said, Dad, when she came out, we're hugging and mugging. She was there until almost Christmas, went in October 3rd. She said, Dad, you always said be the best. I never felt I could compete. Who's playing sports here? You're playing sports in this school? You don't compete against other teams. You compete within your own being. You know if you're giving your heart and soul. You know if you're holding back a little. Winners give it all up. Then, whether you win or lose score-wise, when you walk off that field, you know you gave it all. You're a winner, man. That's all you can do. Katie gave that to me. She said, Dad, I never felt I could compete. I know that feeling. You don't compete with other human beings. Just be on your game today. Miss, we do not swear in our home. My son is 43 years old. He's never sworn in my presence. Some respect. Miss, my daughter gave me the finger, just like that. She said, Dad, read that. I said, what does that mean? She said, Dad, you always compared me to Brother Mark. I did. Mikey, I didn't do it with intent to destroy your self-esteem. I did. Katie, look at Brother Mark's grades. Look at Brother Mark's grades. He always got straight A's. Doesn't make him better, makes him different. Katie got A's, B's, and a few C's. Mikey, the next time some knucklehead compares you, you give him the finger. How many people, Mikey, on this planet are wearing your fingerprint? I wish you could be more like your brother, your father, your sister, your cousin Tony. Sir, you hit him with the finger. You do what my daughter did to me? I said, what are you doing, Kate? She said, Dad, we were taught at Renfrew never to accept comparison. I said, oh, hon, I'm sorry. She said, Dad, I forgive you. I love you. Forgive yourself. I'm not that good a man, sir. I got that thorn in my side right there. How many people, Mikey, are wearing your fingerprint? Give it to me. What did you say? No. How many people are wearing your fingerprint, man? Nobody. So don't you ever compare yourself and don't you ever accept comparison.
I thought it was a pretty powerful talk. I thought the message was simple. Making change, respecting everyone, accepting people for who they were. I thought he did a wonderful job. The students were really respectful.
I think he's one of the few people that actually inspired me besides my grandfather. It makes me want to do something that's me. I want to be a musician, and that actually inspired me to. I'm going to go out and do it.
Extremely inspirational and made me cry. Made me think about the decisions I've made and the decisions that I have to make for the future.
I thought it was really inspirational. I cried at one point. I think it all was my favorite part. I think it was just overall just him being truthful to us and telling us reality.
Everything. He was very inspirational. He was honest, down to earth. Just let us know, it doesn't matter how much your education you have, you can still be successful. So.
I don't know, almost everything. Him just sharing his knowledge is awesome.
Actually, this year, we had almost the entire audience wait in line to say thank you to him, which is impressive. Well, I mean, from an educational standpoint, I think the key is, you can go any way you want college-wise. If you don't get accepted, there's ways around it. Go to community school, never give up. If you can dream it and you're willing to put in the hard work, you can do it. And that's in any aspect of life. So I think that's the one that hits home the most.